palaces along the Bosphorus. Of course, then in 1853, Sultan Abdülmecid decided to move the court to the Dolmabahce Palace, which you've just seen. Some functions, though, such as the treasury, the library, the mosque and the mint, were retained in Topkapı Palace. At the end of the Ottoman Empire in 1921, the palace was transformed into a museum of the imperial era. Now, with the Topkapı Palace, almost none of the buildings are higher than 2 stories. And you'll notice if you went there today, they were interspersed with trees and gardens and water fountains to give a refreshing feeling to the inhabitants and to provide places where they could repose. Most of the people that lived within the palace never actually had to leave it. Many lived or were born and died in the palace itself. Now, as we begin to head out and make good steam into the Sea of Marmara on our way to Dikili, you can see 2 of the greatest buildings off on our starboard side. First of all, with the 4 minarets surrounding it, the Hagia Sophia, my favourite building in Turkey, the Church of Holy Wisdom, as it's known. It's considered to be the epitome of Byzantine architecture. It's the largest cathedral ever built in the world for nearly 1,000 years, until the completion of the medieval Seville Cathedral in 1520. The current building was originally constructed as a church between 532 and 537 AD on the orders of the Byzantine Emperor Justinian, but it was in fact the 3rd church of Holy Wisdom to occupy the site. The previous 2 were destroyed by riots. It was the religious focal point and the main church of the Eastern Orthodox Church for nearly 1,000 years. But in 1453, of course, once Constantinople was conquered, it was converted into a mosque. The religious icons were removed and all the mosaics were plastered over. And in fact, they did us a big favour there, because the plaster's still being peeled back today, and those mosaics are in beautiful condition, much better than they would have been if they'd been left out to decay over the years with the air. For almost 500 years, the principal mosque of Istanbul, the Hagia Sophia, served as a model for many of the Ottoman mosques, such as the Sultan Ahmed Mosque, or the Blue Mosque of Istanbul, which now sits opposite it.